Namaste. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Tuesday live readings. It's a pleasure to be here and thank you for your patience. Just while I get everything all organized and set up, make sure that I have everything all ready to go. I see a lot of you are already here and having a good Happy New Year chat amongst yourselves. So that's beautiful. Hi, my name is Sadhana. I'm an intuitive reader and healer. And if you are new here, I'm here most Tuesdays at this time doing live readings. And today I want just to focus on the beginning. I know there's lots of new beginnings throughout the year, different Samhain, for example. A lot of people celebrate the new year, the wheel of the year, as we transition through Samhain into the pagan new beginning. There's new beginnings throughout the year, but this is a particular time of year for me. I've always done year ahead spreads, and if you've been following my channel, you saw that I did a bunch of readings for your tarot card of the year. I just brought one of my arrangements onto my table, but I'm not sure it can stay. I have beautiful arrangements of candles all over my house, and I wanted to bring this closer, but it's gonna have to go because it's too big for the tarot table. But I might be able to put it in a corner over here, as long as it's not going to burn any cords. I have a lot of different arrangements and mini altars set up for the season, and I had a little fire during one of my Kwanzaa videos. I don't know if you saw it. The altar on the arrangement on the altar behind me lit up as I drew a 5 of Wands card for one of my readings. It was really quite funny. So who knows what's going to happen today. Hopefully we won't have a fire. I'm going to leave it here for now. We'll see. I'm going to use the Marielle today, and I'm going to do 3 card readings, focusing on your questions. And if you can shift your questions into, the energy of blessings and growth. We are also 3 days into a new moon cycle. So this is a wonderful opportunity for you to embrace moving forward and expanding and starting to feel the shift. I mean, we started to feel the shift at Yule, right? So Yule is a time to initiate and start to set these intentions as we're moving from the dark to longer days, slowly moving to longer days. Yeah. So go ahead and start posting your questions in the question. I see there's questions in the chat. I see there's a lot there already. I'll be on probably till about 1:15 or so, and we'll just see how this goes. And for those mods who are here, please keep an eye on the riffraff for me. Then I can focus on the readings. So thank you for that. I see we have a new member, Amy. So welcome, Amy. Hello to Andrew. Hannah's in time. Thank you for being here. And Lydianne, Julia. I see Andrew's our first question, so I'm just going to pop that up there. Meta, hello from Denmark. Dee and Irene. Clevis, welcome. Colleen, welcome to you. And Tamianne. Janine, hello. And Janine, I just responded to one of your comments. Oh, so I am really, really behind in responding to, there's been a lot of comments come up on my channel. So I'm about 3 days behind. So thank you for your patience in me responding to your comments. And Janine had a really interesting questions about colors and color shifting. And so I just want to let you know that I am offering a course. It starts tonight. And this course is focusing on mostly healing spreads. I probably have to update this because does it say how many spaces are available? Each of the weeks, we're going to deal with a healing spread for one particular chakra. We're going to talk about awakening chakras, and hopefully, we'll get to talking about links between chakras, especially in the 8th week. We're going to use tarot and oracle, and this is a course not for doing readings for others with tarot spreads, but you're journeying through your own healing, and it starts tonight. So there are several spaces in the class tonight, and I think there's 1 or 2 spaces in the class for Wednesday morning. So both classes are the same content, just at different times of day, and you can check that out on my website, which is linked in the description box below. Okay, so let me just go back, take that away. Janine, Donna, hello to Donna. Jaded Kate, hello, welcome to you. And Selena, Snowfox Tarot, namaste. Diana, haven't seen you in ages. Hello, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Scrolling on down. Nina Stitch, hello. And Gerald's here. Hello, Gerald, welcome. Looking forward to seeing you in class tomorrow. All right, I'm going to scroll back up and go to the first question. For those of you that know your tarot card for 2022, I've done a bunch of readings, and those readings are all in a playlist, and it might help to provide you with some insight moving forward, making some decisions or choosing a direction, a point of focus. So those readings are all complete now. I did not do readings for 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, and 4 major arcanas, because those cards would not be your card for the year unless you reduced. I'm not sure that I will have time to do them, but if that is your card for 2022 and you're here in the chat today, I could do a personal short reading for that. All right. So let's go to Andrew's question. I would like to know what to practice in 2022 to further my spiritual development. Okay, so we have a what question. I may have to pause and blow out some candles, but we'll see. Okay. Good. I'm glad the playlist is helpful, Elena. I do my best to try to organize my channel so it's easier to find videos. For those of you that don't know, if you go to playlists on my channel page and then you drag kind of the menu down and it says created playlists, you have to do that for all the playlists to show. Otherwise, all the playlists don't show. I have a hard time riffle shuffling this whole deck. This is the first edition of the Marielle Tarot. There is nudity in this deck. There is full male nudity. If this is offensive to anyone, I apologize in advance, but it's not my intention. This is a highly deep and spiritual deck that I think is perfect for seeing the big picture of the year ahead, especially, when we're focusing on kind of a higher frequency energy. At least I am. If you're looking for more of a mundane quality, if you have a mundane answer, day-to-day kind of question, I can hop up and grab another deck. Easily. So this is for Andrew. All right, so most important card. Moon. What to practice? Okay, so on a practical level, Andrew, I don't know your situation environmentally, on your deck, hopping out into some kind of space outside, but honoring drawing down the full moon, honoring the new moon with sacred ceremony outdoors might be really powerful. And by honoring the moon in this way, it may help to bring, I mean, this is a great pull, right? Because this is an easy one. You have lots of resources to amplify your spiritual practice, connecting with lunar energy. It could be through ritual, but it could also be simply by taking a course to deepen your understanding with lunar astrology. Maybe this is about starting your journey with Vedic astrology. There's lots of possibilities here. I see that. Oh, just a second. I want to. Yes, they should all be upright. Just turn the deck the wrong way. Okay. Two of discs. Four of swords. Okay. Okay. So with the two of discs, there's two things that are striking me here. One is I'm getting the toxic energy kind of message with the green that's in the card on the left, and part of the things that I pick up with the four of swords. So this awareness, if the intention of the awareness of lunar connection can be in a release of um, that which no longer serves. Toxic energy comes in many forms. It can be connected to your digestion, it can be connected to an old pattern, and so forth. So there's something about these two cards, Andrew, that makes me feel like connecting to the moon is going to be a way to kind of jumpstart, kickstart your battery in that regard. But with both, and well, I'm going to say all three of these cards, there definitely is an inward focus, so receptive focus. So you want to lean into receptive energy for sure. Happy New Year, Farheen. You've been eyeing nakshatras. Okay, so that might be a good path for you this year. The other thing, so when I'm looking at those two coins, Andrew, is I'm reminded that while the deep message here is one of internal gaze, receptive lunar energy, we want to make sure that the whole like all the channels are in balance. So don't lose sight of that. There seems to be what do I want to say? I feel like also harmonious energy with this reading, like two, like 2 4, like we're moving in an even, steady pace. So don't feel like you have to charge ahead with this. This feels kind of like an easy pace. Aloha, Jonathan. Namaste. Okay. Is there anything I want to say particularly about the Four of Swords? No, I think the message came through. Like there's the intention of the focus on lunar energy is, it's an opportunity. Like I want to get specific, encourage you to be very specific with why you're working with lunar energy, and that it may help you to, like, the amplification, like a deeper dive into lunar energy is going to help you to let go of stuff you haven't been able to release in the past. Okay. Thanks, Andrew. Just going to take my time as I go through here. I don't want to miss anybody's And I really, really love the way that you interact with each other. It's so beautiful. So thank you. You liked the thumbnail? Yeah. You know, I love creating thumbnails. And it's so easy. Do you know that I created over 1,000 thumbnails this year? I got a message from Canva and it said, congratulations, you have the 1,000 medal badge. So over 1,000 thumbnails this year. That would be for private classes, YouTube videos. Yeah. Okay. I'm still waiting. I'm still looking for the next question. Scrolling on down. I think we're at Julia. If there was anybody before Julia, let me know. Sadhana, may I ask, as a single parent, an only daughter, an assistant manager, and sometimes absent friend due to commitments, where should my energy lie in the year ahead? As a single parent, an only daughter, just let's stop at those two, right? That's a lot. An assistant manager and a sometimes absent friend. Okay. Well, without pulling any tarot cards, I want to say the answer is you. You are the most important person in your life, and you cannot serve. This is the healer in me. This is the person who works with so many people, and the tendency to excessive caretaking is so common. It's so very, very common. And so I want to encourage you to love yourself, to look after yourself, to give yourself the gift of time and space and whatever it is that you love to do. Self-care is so very, very important. Okay, so always, always remember that. And of course, I'll pull 3 cards for you. Okay. What I want to say is that in all directions of time, you may have been busy looking after others. And this pattern with the many roles that you outlined in your question it's becoming more and more apparent to you how important it is that it may be a pattern, and it may be something that is like you've chosen these roles. I believe, right? So I believe that this emphasis on there is an egoic quality to taking on too much. And so you ask, what is the most important thing? Where should my energy lie? And I want you to look at the little baby that is being held so lovingly and affectionately in the background of this card. And this, to me, like the first thing that came to mind when I saw this is there's a little girl, there's the little Julia going way, way back that so desperately needs on every level, not a needy level, like I need, but is due to be held. And so creating space for yourself. I think it's Hannah that's not going to be very happy about this card. So this is the King of Pentacles and the Judgment card. So I'm going to kind of weave this all three together. Okay. And look at, we have a 10 and we have a double 10 here, and we have the 78th card in the tarot. So this cycle of excessive caretaking needs to come to an end. This is a year of massive transformation for you. It's a year to almost like you are releasing identity with that which has burnt you out. The King of Pentacles, the 78th card in the deck, tells me that you've got this. You know how to do this. And the King of Pentacles is, of course, extremely accomplished, has lots of roles and things, but also knows about pleasure and joy. And in the 10 of Cups card, there's also this softness about, you know, eating foods that you love and doing things that you love. And when I'm looking at the single parent thing and an only daughter thing, one of the strategies that I feel is most helpful is to share with the ones that you love, the things that you love, or the things that you haven't done because you're so busy taking care of other people. So share with them with an open heart. These are foods that I love. And you don't have to eat these every day, mom and dad or daughter. But on Wednesdays, we're going to eat what I want. And I want you to share in my joy, or whatever it is, Julia, right? This is about understanding the integrated pleasures of life. And through giving this gift to yourself, you will be able to blossom and grow and expand and feel so much freer. The phoenix rising from the ashes is you. It's your transformation. So there's this process of both embracing who you are and also letting go of what you think you're supposed to be. Okay. And I can tell by the comments, I need to get that King of Pentacles off the table. But be good to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Okay. This is, and I'm curious what your card for 2021 is. Because if you also want to let me know what your card for 2021 is, 2022 is, I can help to weave that into your reading too. Okay. I'm going to go on. Thank you, Jonathan, for looking after the unfriendly chat. Okay. No, it's not. It's not. But you can see the leaves are kind of dry on the arrangement. I'm going to go to Lydia Ann next. Spiritually, I'm in a certain emptiness. Okay. Okay. So when we feel, bye, Gerald, enjoy the rest of your day. It's the Tower. Okay. So with the Tower, there's a sense of surrender, Julia, right? So this is, and these things, releasing these things is not easy. So take your time with what I said and play back that little section if you need to hear it again. Okay. All right, I'm going to turn to Lydiane, to Lily Valley. And when we're feeling depleted, we need to be mindful of, we don't want to fill up the cup too quickly. If you put too much water, um, or too much wine in a glass, and if you're filling up a bottle, like there's a speed in which you want to pour. You want to take your time and you want to have a good pour, like you're pouring a beer in a glass. You don't want the foam spewing all over the place and wasting the beer. You want to have some skill in the way that you fill your cup. And bringing alcohol into this is probably not the best thing, because filling your cup with alcohol is not a great idea. All I'm saying here is you want to slowly start to replenish. And remember that we are replenishing on multiple layers. We're replenishing on a physical layer and an emotional layer and a mental layer. There's lots of layers here. And we cannot disconnect the physical from the spiritual. And what I want to suggest is that you probably want to start with the physical. And don't think that it's ever separate, because these layers are always deeply, deeply connected. Bye, Jonathan. Okay. This reading is for Lydiane, Lily Valley, who is seeking some words of advice from Spirit and helping to fill her cup. I've got lots of empathic stuff going on in my body as well too. But let's see what's going on here. Okay. Chariot. Oh, okay. So we have 10 of Cups. King of Wands. Lots of strong cards today. All right, let's focus on the first card. I want to say that in getting stronger spiritually, it's important, like this is always so hard to find language around. Our spiritual journey is one of growth, and there's this constant pattern of letting things go and inviting new things in, right? There's this ebb and flow, like the tide, right? Things are always coming in and going. But everything that has touched us, it leaves an imprint, whatever that, that expression about footprints, and some people stay for a day and some people stay for a lifetime, but they all touch us in a certain way. And it's the same with our shadows and our darkness and the things that scare us and our fears. We can move through that stuff or our grief even and release it, but it's always kind of there, and it's formed us. It's made us who we are. And so in the Marielle Tarot, this Chariot card really asks us to look at both the dark and the light, and to understand that we cannot be whole without both. That black dog or wolf, I'm sorry, if you're not familiar with the Marielle Tarot, in this particular card, all the animals look the same color, but they represent the the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Cups. And these two energies, the black dog and the white dog, they ride together in a way of, there's a constant, it's like they're always having a conversation with each other. And they encourage each other and they support each other and they hold each other up. And this is aspects of yourself always looking out and looking after your best interest. The Chariot also wants us to leave unnecessary expectations behind. We can't grow and we can't move forward if we're carrying other people's baggage, if we're carrying expectations that have come from some external place. The journey has to be about you and either your inward journey or your external journey, and you're asking for about your spiritual life. So it's important to not, if you came from a childhood where a particular religion was kind of placed upon you, this is about you understanding that it's okay to release that. And it's also okay to integrate that. You can integrate many levels of spirituality. All these paths lead to the same place. So the Chariot card wants you to just put the expectations away and focus on the journey, keeping in mind both your water and your fire. And in this reading, you have on one side the strongest fire card in the deck. And, these are both very strong water and fire cards. And so that's exactly what they're showing you, is that you need to take both with you. So in your spirit, this is very different than Andrew's reading. Andrew's reading was about going into the water, into the receptivity. This one is saying, take the God, take the goddess. Don't separate God from goddess. Do both, because you need both to be strong. This card is based on a Sumerian god, Sumerian king energy, and it is one that is deeply connected to the sun and our soul and our potential. And today, more than anything, this is the second time this 10 of Cups is coming up. I'm just really feeling a nurturing of the little one inside you, and the taking care of that little girl who might not have been taken care of in a way that you wanted her to. And so part of the process, Lydiane, is letting go of the past and going forward from today and being present with today. Yes, it does. It reminds me of women who run with the wolves too. Okay. So step 1 is to release expectations. Step 2, I would find a symbol of God and Goddess, and I would put them together and just have a really good, quiet meditation, understanding how you need to carry both with you. Okay. Thanks, Lydia. And thank you to the mods. Keeping busy. I knew it would be a busy chat for the mods. Okay. Irene is in the process of getting rid of excess things and would love a reading on what types of things to keep and what to pass along. Okay. All right. I think I need to grab another deck. Just give me 1 second, okay? I'm in the process of resetting everything around here, so I'm just going to grab and have to reach behind the camera here. And I need to choose a more practical. I don't have a lot of practical, universal kind of funky decks out here. Let's see, where are we going to go? All right. Could use new chapter too. New chapter, sacred bee. And I was trying to keep all of my cards out from my Kwanzaa readings, but I can mix them up. Oh, and we've got this deck. Thank you for your patience while I just kind of figure out what I'm doing here. Okay. Ugh. All right. All right. I'm going to go new chapter, I think. New chapter is also kind of very... Let's not do new chapter. All right. I'm going to go back to the bee. The bee has been very good for me. Very good. As you know, I've done lots of readings with the bee deck lately. And I can read this at many, many layers. So let's focus on Irene's question. This is a great question for everybody, a great question for the collective. And I want to talk about the power of the symbol. You can, so Irene's intention is to, just going to read it again. I'm in the process of getting rid of excess things and would love a reading on what types of things to keep and what to pass along. So we're going to do a two-sided spread here. Symbolically, you can allow a particular object to represent all that you want to release. So if you're releasing emotions, if you are releasing things from a certain part of your life, you could put all of that into a box of teacups and then take those teacups to the thrift store. You know what I mean? Like you can, in the physical giving away of objects, you can release a lot energetically by putting it into them with a little bit of intention. Okay. All right, so on the left side of this reading, and what I would like to suggest is this. Your left hand is one of receptive energy. So this would be the keeping. And the right hand is one of giving, right? Offering. So let's lay out the reading that way. And I'm doing this from the perspective of the person who is giving, not from the viewpoint of the person who is witnessing. So imagine this is you. Okay, so your right hand is going to be on the left side of the reading. Does that make sense? So this is what you're giving away. This is what you're giving away. This is what you're keeping. And we'll do this. Okay, so what you're giving away. What you're giving away are obviously material objects. I have a sense that there are some very special things that you or children or nieces or nephews or somebody has made that have a sentimental quality to them. And so, in releasing your attachment to those, and not necessarily all of them, maybe you could take this as 8 things. 8 things. There's a feeling of pride that is attached to the objects that you are releasing. I'm going to look at the 2 cards below in a second. What you are keeping. Okay, let's get really practical with this. What you're keeping are things that are associated with your voice, your truth. What I was thinking is that for some reason there may be some bells that you need to keep, or there's a singing bowl that you need to keep. There may also be a document or a letter or something that feels really close to your heart. And so swords represent words as well too. So there's 9 words, 9 swords that you want to keep. And this might be a really good exercise, Irene, is to put 8 sentimental objects in the giveaway pile, and then 9 pieces of your voice. And I had this crazy idea that there was a speech or there was a letter or a poem that you wrote. And so this might also connect to a particular book or a series of books. Okay, so let's see if we can get some other information. So remember, this is what you are giving away. You're giving away the moon and the star. Okay, so in terms of the physical, sentimental objects, these are important. So there's no reason that you couldn't sell these on eBay. You don't have to donate them to a thrift store, but there may be maybe there's somebody in the family that's ready to have them. These 2 cards here are big hitting cards. So this tells me that these things, that the more attached, the more emotional you are, the more important it is to give it away. Oh my goodness. So we have Tower and Judgment for what you are keeping. Okay. So these to me seem sweet. These to me seem like something you would not want necessarily to keep. This might be anyway, I'm going to stay with what we're doing here. Yes, I do, Andrew. but it doesn't really apply to this particular question. And the reason, the objects that you are keeping, the reason for keeping them is because it's going to um, help you transition to a higher spiritual frequency. So these could very well be spiritual objects. Okay. I don't know if that helps at all. Ooh, I like Andrew's interpretation. That's very interesting. There are a lot of cool colors in what Irene is letting go of, and a lot of warm colors in what she's keeping. Okay. I wish I could talk to you personally, but anyway, there we go. It is what it is. And this, we can use the tarot for so many things. And this kind of question, while really challenging, helps us to deepen and understand the possibilities, or the possible layers or realm of questions that we ask. Thank you so much for lighting the candle, Hannah. Beautiful. Okay. So cold in the UK. Okay. All right, let's go to Nina. With the energy of the waxing moon in Aquarius, as we step into this new moon of this new year of 2022, that is inviting us to find harmony. And I speak to the Lover's card of understanding our wholeness and our completeness. What is an aspect of this that Nina would benefit from focusing on at this time? Maybe this is a message for Irene. Let go. I want to, when I see this card, I feel like stop banging your head against a wall. You've done everything that you can. Emotionally, you may feel like you're spent. It's time to turn in a new direction. Okay. This is the Knight of Discs. This is the Eight of Cups. And this is the King of Wands. Okay. So let's have a look here. When I put these three cards together, I feel your inner strength rising. Not only your but actually the physical strength in your body is right? Your active the part of you that loves to move or climb or dance or run or build is rising. And so by working on that physical strength, it will help you to release that which you need to release. Yes, snow hiker, so much masculine energy. Thanks, Donna. Okay, so I just need to see where, if Nina is still here. Nina, are you still here? Just looking for you in the chat. Thank you, Dee. Okay. These masculine energies on either side of the Eight of Cups take a completely different approach to things. And the blessing is that they balance each other out. And it's almost like the tortoise side of yourself is having a little bit of a battle with the side of yourself that wants to run Mach 1 now. So whatever this Eight of Cups represents, it is time. It is time to go on. But for some reason, the energy of the Knight of Pentacles is asking you to take a few breaths, to check in, to make sure that you are grounded, to feel centered. But the King of Wands is reminding you that you do have the strength and the power to go. So whatever this represents for you, it's time. It's time. Okay. So hopefully you will come back and have a listen later on if you're not here now. Thank you. All right. Let's hold love and light for Selena. Snow Fox Tarot. I want to say breathe. Breathe deeply. Breathe deeply. Okay. Lovers. I knew this was going to happen. Little fire at the ranch. Okay. Lovers is the card for 2022, right? 2 + 2 + 2. And with this, let's pull the other two cards because I need to know which way I'm going to go. 5 of Swords. Four of Wands. Okay. Um, Again, we have a lot of masculine energy. But the signs, okay. I'm hesitating because we have a lot of I have a lot of mixed energy here. I'm not sure which way I want to read this. Have a look at the Five of Swords on the left, and let's look at this energetically speaking with the way the colors are expanding through the pictures. And Andrew, that's funny. Look at how the purple is expanding and washing over that turquoise color. There's something that's going on there. But I feel a theme that one of the themes that's coming out today is to understand about carrying baggage that we don't need to carry anymore. And sometimes we hold on to things out of principle. And in order to fully embrace the energy of the Lover's card, we need to create the sensation of lightness. Lightness of body, lightness of mind, lightness of heart. And with the Five of Swords, we learn, this is one of the cards about learning how to respond rather than react. It's about choosing our words carefully, but it's also about letting go of stuff that just doesn't matter anymore. And should you consciously and reverently release and let go of that, you're going to find you feel a whole lot better. And ultimately, with the Lover's card, this is a choice, but we want to bring these aspects of self closer together. Look at this beautiful, beautiful circle here. The bee, I mean, this is such a gorgeous, gorgeous card. This Four of Wands is it's like a reset card. It's an opportunity to create a healthy new foundation from which to grow again. And this is kind of perfect, the way this bee is flying into the past. And there's a real sense of emotional release with that card as well, too. I know it's the Five of Swords, and you talked about releasing grief. I've been holding on to a lot of grief and regret associated with the loss. And so it's okay for the sadness to be there, but not to be in the story of the sadness. So part of the language around this is I experience the loss. The loss is a part of who I am. Allow me to be strong and grow from this experience. This experience was for my greater good. It needed to happen. And now it's time for me to focus on myself, to make myself whole, to make myself complete, to acknowledge all aspects of myself, to feel, to love, to share, to join. And perhaps this could also be with another. Perhaps there is someone who will join with you and to share. And without the letting go, this won't be as easy. Pretty interesting that we have Lovers and Four of Wands. I see that as quite optimistic. Beautiful comment. Beautiful comment, Andrew. I believe sadness comes from the illusion of separation. All right. I'm going to go on and let's go to Farine. Will my husband remember my birthday? Okay. I'm pausing. I'm just trying to find a way to reword this question so that we can help you, Farine, to Okay, so what are you really asking here? What are you really asking? Are there any messages from my husband? What are the messages from my husband? What are the messages from my husband's higher self? What are the messages? What is the message? Is there a message from Farheen's husband's higher self? I wish I could remember the details of our previous readings. It feels like he has enormous responsibilities. It feels like he has enormous responsibilities. I'm going to pull all three cards and then I'll try to weave a message together for you. Strength was the first card, and then the Empress. So we have two majors. And then we have the Four of Swords. Keyword is recovery. In a nutshell, he wants you to be strong, embrace the woman that you are, and take time to heal. And whether those are the kind of words that would ever come out of his mouth, I asked, what is the message from his higher self? His higher self sees you as a very strong person, strong spiritually, and you have the potential for greatness. He recognizes that the separation is not easy on you. And he wants you to take time to heal from this separation. I don't have cards here of communication. I don't see the Four of Swords really as one of communication, even though it is in the suit of communication. Thank you for that comment, Andy. I feel like his higher self is holding space for you, and that eventually you will move on a stronger woman on your own. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you to everyone in the chat who is holding space for Farine. I know this is a very difficult time for her. I want to say that he recognizes you are a great mother. I seem to recall you have a small child. Andrew, I'll send you the email in a little bit, okay? I have to manually send it. Let's all hold love and light and space for Farheen in this difficult time. All right, one more reading for today, and this is for Rainbird. What am I not considering that could really improve my health this year? Okay, just a second here. I need to clear some space. What am I not considering? Okay, so let's, questions worded in the negative can be confounding. So let's just shift this a little bit. What would help Rainbird to improve their health this year? What would help Rainbird to help improve their health this year? I bet you won't guess what came to my mind when I turned that card over. Lymphatic, awareness of the lymphatic system. That's what I got. And we have Star and Sun. Both very positive, optimistic cards. Lymphatic wellness. What does that mean? It means that the lymphatic system is the last system to get looked after. The lymphatic system requires some very specific things so that with a healthy lymphatic system, our immunity is so much stronger. And I'm looking at the Hanged Man hanging upside down, and I'm a yoga teacher. So lymphatic health in Ayurveda, One of the practices is dry brushing. And dry brushing before you have a shower or a bath can really help with this. Another thing is every night before you go to bed, putting your legs up the wall, that kind of thing. We want to drink tonics that help boost immunity, right? So, I'm this is the focus. This is the focus. And with you taking time to kind of turn your world upside down and make your physical health a priority, you have two very optimistic major arcanas on the other side. So it tells me that you can do this. Yes, bee pollen. You know, I'm not one for, I mean, that seems, but yeah, Andrew, the answer is yes. Okay, so the short answer is to spending time on your immunity, your immune system, lymphatic system. Okay. Mm. Just reading some of your earlier comments about the thumbnails and so forth. Okay, I'm going to do one more. I know I said that was my last, but I've really enjoyed Elena's comments in the various videos that I'm doing, and let's do a reading for Elena, and then I will sign off. I'm coming back on again at 4 o'clock to do the 7th day of Kwanzaa, and then I have a class tonight, so got quite a bit to do. Last one. This is, and I'm going to go back to the Marielle Tarot for Elena. It's a great deck for ancestral work. This reading is for Elena, who is asking if there are messages from her ancestors, her Greek ancestors, or ancestors. We need to remember that once our ancestors are in spirit, they are no longer attached to skin color or ethnicity, nation. Spirituality is not bound by culture or nation or color. I love this card so much. The Suit of Wands in this deck really... Okay. They recognize a tremendous power within you, an ability to be greater, to go higher, to do more, to succeed, to ascend in ways that maybe you can't even possibly imagine. This is such a powerful card, Elena. So they want you to say yes to any possibilities where you may be doubting yourself. They see you with a tremendous amount of strength. It is time for you to rise above. These two cards together tell me that you can go higher, you can go bigger. You need to let that inner fire of yours shine brightly. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. The Ace of Cups in this deck has a slightly different energy than you would assume if you're reading Rider-Waite energy. The Ace of Cups is associated with Archangel Uriel, and Archangel Uriel is connected to that. If you read tarot, you read tarot, right? So think of the energy. Think of the energy of Scorpio. Think of the energy of the Scorpion ascending, right? Eagle and then Phoenix. And so this card is deeply connected to this card. All of these cards are saying exactly the same thing. And to do so passionately and with love and with an open heart, and to be guided. It's okay to be guided by your feelings, and know that um, this power is also the purpose of this power is also in clearing away things that may have held you back in the past. So this is for you, right? Not anybody else. This is about your personal transformation. So many amazing comments in the chat. I want to thank you all for being here today. I will be back at 4 o'clock in a couple hours time, and I'll see some of you in class later tonight. For those of you that don't have the link for class tonight, I'll make sure I get that to you right away before I do anything else. And I want to wish you all a very blessed and warm 2022, and know that I will be here every week. You can come back any Tuesday, and the earlier you come, the greater your odds are of getting a reading. If you want to meet privately, do a private session. All the links are in the description box below. Take good care of yourselves, and thank you so much for supporting one another in the chat. Namaste.